Each level that gets added onto a building gets more and more expensive. The building itself needs to be made stronger, using more material and leaving each floor with less usable space. Less space means less income, and so after a certain height, a building stops making financial sense. On top of that, New York had strict building rules that stopped large skyscrapers from blocking out too much light. These rules drew a sloped line up from the center of the street at around 25 degrees. Buildings weren't allowed to occupy the area outside the line, and so the designers had to add in setbacks to reduce the building's width and keep it within the line. With these rules, it may seem like the best way to maximize floor space and therefore income would be to build right up to the line, creating a pyramid-shaped building. While many buildings followed this design, it really wasn't a practical shape for a skyscraper. With more people at the bottom of the building and very few at the top, the demand on the elevator would be uneven. At the bottom, there would be severe delays, and at the top, it would be completely underused. More elevators could be added to even out the demand, but this would simply take up too much space, reducing the profitability of each floor, particularly at the top, where the most expensive offices were located. The ideal office space was bright and quiet, so areas close to the window and high above the noisy streets were most desirable. These premium areas, fit for executives and CEOs, could fetch up to $3 per square foot in yearly rent. But as you got further from the window and closer to the ground, this would drop to just over $1 per square foot. The pyramid design simply maximized the cheaper offices at the bottom while sacrificing the premium offices at the top. What the designers really wanted was to keep the building as tall and as straight as possible. But this didn't fit into New York's building rules. However, the rules had one specific term that the designers of the Empire State Building really understood. Although a building couldn't cross the sloped line, if part of the building was reduced to just 25% of the total plot area, it could cross the line, and it could keep going. This was a very important detail. And so the designers of the Empire State Building decided to set back their building much earlier, well within the sloped line at around the 5th, 20th, and 30th floor. From here, the building would rise up, completely uninterrupted, for more than 40 floors, until a few minor setbacks carried it to the 86th floor. The result was an enormously tall and straight building that had almost 3 million square feet of office space. Although it didn't maximize all of the space under the slope, it sacrificed the cheaper office space at the bottom to have much more premium office space at the top.